to present. This presentation, and part of my logo says Education Driving Profit, is I want to show some of the things that I bring to with my clients is really a track to run on, and providing some information about what it is that's going to happen as people go through the stages of being an entrepreneur. I found this quote, I kind of like it. If you don't know where you're going, does anybody know the back end of this?
Any road will get there.
Doesn't matter where you end up, or any road will get you there. So I find that a lot with a lot of the businesses that I end up working with is everybody is busy being busy, doing what they're doing. So they're looking for some structure, they're looking for some processes to be implemented into the business. And so I talk about this E-ladder with them, so it kind of gets a framework of what it is that we're going to do. So, do you know where you are on the E-ladder? So everybody says, might say, well, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, etc. But here's what I take them through. So on this ladder, everybody kind of starts out, whether they're at a younger or even out today as an employee. And as an employee, you are doing what you do. You're trading time for money. As time goes by, we end up, and we get self-employed. So we get the notion that I'm going to take whatever it is that I'm doing. I can either do this by myself, or I'm going to do something else, that I'm going to be self-employed. I'm going to be the boss. What a lot of people end up doing with this is that they just bought themselves a job. And that's okay. But at the different stages of this, there's different skill sets that need to be brought to bear as you go through this. So when you're self-employed, then after you've been a little bit successful at it, you might decide then, oh, this is going really well, but now I need some help. I'm going to hire some people. And as I hire some people, now the whole skill sets need to change a little bit again of how do you manage people? How do you set expectations? What if any KPIs or key performance indicators do we have? So if you've got a salespeople, are they meeting the targets? Are they doing the right things? Now as you get bigger and you're as a manager, then you're also wearing several hats again, where you might be looking at your finances. You may have hired a bookkeeper. You may be have them in the business, so you have to manage it. So things are starting to get a little bit at maybe finger's length. Then things start to go really, really well. And as an owner or a leader, now you've got some people in your business, and you might be able to have it running by itself. You may be able to take extended periods of time off. But is the business running and doing what it is that you want it to do? Or are you still think that even though you may have 10, 20, 30, 100 employees, are you so busy that you're almost back in just you're managing the business? And some feel somewhat that they might even still be self-employed. All I really did was buy myself a job. Now I just got a bigger job, and I have 7 departments to manage, and you're running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Busy being busy, but not really having a foundation for the business that the different, I'll call them divisions or departments, are running well, as they should be. Or are you still back, as I say, as you're self-employed or a manager? So these are the 4 main areas that I end up working with. But then there's some others that have, and I have a couple of clients that have really made this transition, and we've done different things at each and every one of those stages, and they've now become what we call an investor, in that they have a residual income, or the business is doing well on its own, and there's significant income coming in, and then they can decide to invest in either something else, or start another office of that business. But often it's something completely different. Maybe they get into what Jonathan and Mario talk about, and they're investing in real estate, even though they have a business that's a garage and a mechanic business. There's revenue coming in, it's grown, and they dabble and invest in some other things. Last but certainly not least, even though we've called it an entrepreneur, and there's probably entrepreneurs all the way through this, but as the entrepreneur, you really now have revenue enough or investment resources enough that you may be invested in different businesses. And you don't necessarily have to be at the Bill Gates age or stage to be able to make that happen. So those are the different stages, and I got one little more piece on there. I mainly deal with people who are in these 4 stages from the owner leader on down, and we're looking for different processes to be implemented at different stages because the requirements are different. Any questions on that? Okay. So I wanted to share that with everyone and show you what it is. And then with thanks to Michael, we have launched under the new branding, the new website. So on the website, and I don't need a lot of traffic in terms of, well, I suppose I need traffic, but I'm not looking to have like 100 clients. I just can't get to them in the one-on-one piece. But here's what's happened. To augment the one-on-one coaching, I do have this, I won't call it a substitute, but a complement to them. There's lots of people who would like to have one-on-one coaching, and for one reason or another, either because of time, availability, or even the expense, either don't want to, can't afford to do it. So in part of this we have, and you'll notice in this tool section, there's this, whoops, I have this e-learning system. So a lot of the tools that I use, I'll go down here, are available online so that you, thank you, so that you can get to them as you see fit. And what the options are, I'll take you through in this. You can get to this, or access to this information, and I've tried to make it as advantageous and as inexpensive as possible. You get to kick the tires for 30 days for $1. And after that it's $97 a month, but there's all kinds of information that you have access to. So I was going to hand out a couple of things that here. One is that you can get, and pass that out and you can have a read. This gives you access, from a stage perspective, you'll go in and you create your own roadmap of things that you want to do. Do I need more customers? Do I need more leads? Do I know how to convert more? How do I get them to buy more often? How do I raise my price without having all kinds of issues happen to it without losing any clients? So in different sections of that, in the academy, when you get to it, for instance, there is a section, how we raise our prices without losing a single customer, and all kinds of information of how to do that. So there's a PowerPoint presentation that gets fed to you automatically. You can do it at 3 in the morning if you want to, and there's workbooks with all of this, so you can do it on your own. So a good referral for me would be any business owner who is looking for some help, but would like to do it on their own time. Then they can enroll in the academy as opposed to one-on-one. But I dearly love to have 2 or 3 more one-on-one clients that I do some interesting stuff with.
Thank you very